So this is the Zhiyun. I really don't exactly know how to pronounce it. I wrote it down here. Zhiyun. I always thought it was Zion, but it's not. It's Zhiyun. I'm terrible at this. I shouldn't be reviewing things. So Zhiyun was kind enough to reach out to me and ask if I wanted to review their gimbal, and this was at the perfect time because I was thinking, hey, I have not done gimbal-y things in a long time. I've been doing a lot of handheld camera stuff for my camera stuff, and I wanted to get back into gimbal work and get a new gimbal, but I didn't want to spend a ton of money. So this is perfect. I was like, of course I'll review this. I want to review one. I want a gimbal to use. So thank you for sending the Zhiyun. That being said, they did not say I have to say anything. I don't think they even get this video before I send it. I think they might have. And I was like, I'm not doing that. And they're like, oh, don't worry, we won't say anything. So they seem like a really nice company, and I like this gimbal, so I'm appreciative that they sent it to me. But it will not impact if this is great or not, because you know I'm honest sometimes. I try and be with my friends on the internet. So when you get the gimbal, it comes in a really nice package with a very interesting carrying case. This carrying case I'm super happy that they sent, but I'm not 100% sure if I love it or not. It's one of those things where I'm sure if I figured out how to use it, I would use it all the time, but it's just a little confusing. I wish it was just a little bit simpler. Like, I just need a soft case that I can put this in and we're good. And this thing's just, it's interesting, it's different. So simpler would be better in the future, but I do actually really appreciate that they sent this. This is not always something that is included. My DJI Ronin S came in this stupid case where you had to take it apart, and it was a nice case, but it was useless. So it's appreciative nonetheless. The Zhiyun Weebil 3S comes in at $429 Canadian, very affordable. That is the non-combo kit. Today we're gonna be talking about the combo kit. And the combo kit comes in at $589, which also, like, really good value for money. I remember the first gimbal I bought was the DJI Ronin S, and that came in at about $1,000. It's like $900. So for what you get here, I think very good value for money. This is a similar price to the DJI Ronin RS3 Mini, which comes in at $429 Canadian. Now, I don't actually know what the spec differences are, but it's good to see that they're coming in at competitive prices for a similar package. I don't know if the Ronin offers as many features as this, or if this, vice versa. So this isn't a comparison video. I just wanted to let you know what the price is and what the competitor is. So you need to get the combo because this wrist support thingy-mabobber and handle with the tripod is 10 out of 10. The way that they built this is so smart, and when I picked it up, it just felt intuitive. It also just built really well. Like, the components in here, they feel no less built than a DJI product. Zhiyun makes really nice products. So the awesome thing with this wrist support is you can tighten it and turn it, and it gives you a wrist support when holding the gimbal so that you have 2 points of contact when holding it like, you know, a traditional Gimbal Bro type of gimbal. They also added this other handle thing, which is just another awesome point of contact. You could rotate it in and out. You could take this all off with this quick release plate. Boom. It's not so quick. And now you have 2 separate pieces. And then it also has a tripod like most gimbals have, so I can just put it down. Now, I really like this. I think the combo is worth it for this. Is it worth it for the backpack? Probably not. But that thing is just sweet, and I think every gimbal should have a similar thing to that. When I had my Ronin, I had it set up with a 2-handle grip that I kind of made from small rig parts. I don't like the traditional Gimbal Bro type kind of handheld deal. It's just not my thing. I like having 2 points of contact on that. The other thing that I love about this gimbal is it has locking axes. This was the most infuriating thing with my original Ronin. I know the newer versions have that, and I don't know who came out with it first, but it has locks on every point of contact, so you just turn each one and they lock in place. So if you want to put this in a car, if you want to put this in a bag, wherever you want to put this, it locks in place, and it is just solid, sturdy, and it's going to save the life of the gimbal. It's not going to bounce around and wobble around as much. I love this, and I could just leave my camera on there and lock the thing without it flopping around. So that, for me, huge feature that I didn't have in my previous gimbal, and I know other gimbals have it, but awesome. So I love that feature. I don't want to get too into depth about the nitty-gritty features because a lot of gimbals in competition in the gimbal world has all these things, but it has a nice LCD screen. It has a good set of buttons with a thumb control, a dial, kind of analog joystick type thing. We have a scroll wheel, a menu button, a power button, a record button, and another scroll wheel at our fingertips. We have a trigger button at the back, which is nice for resetting the gimbal. Charges via USB-C. The first time that I tested this, the battery life was horrendous, and I think it was somehow my fault. I must have left it on or something. So, further testing is needed. Oh, look at that. That's pretty cool. So yeah, it has this adjustable light on the top. How usable is this? I don't 100% know, but it's pretty fucking cool that it's there. I like it, and yeah, it's good. Adjustable color temperature. You just hold this. Oh, see, woo. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I could see some uses for this if you're shooting an event. 100% I could see this being used. The light that is included in there is very interesting, and it's a nice little feature to have. How much am I going to use this? I don't know. I don't shoot as many events as I used to, but weddings, events, there's been a lot of times where I've been doing gimbal work, especially when I started out being a solo operator, videographer type dude. There just wasn't a lot of light at these events. They're at night, they're dim lit, they're just shitty. So that is a really cool feature, and even if I'm not going to use it, I'm happy that it has it. It probably kills battery life as well, but it's a cool thing to have there. Another really cool thing that this has is Bluetooth shutter. Now, I actually couldn't figure out how to set it up. I wasn't able to connect my camera. I'm sure it's me not being very smart and not being able to figure it out. But it's cool that it has that, so you can Bluetooth connect your camera to this and then use the record button to do recordy things. What I tend to do is just use a USB-C cable. It came with it. I didn't have to update any firmware. I just plugged it into my A7S III and it worked great. Record, stop. One thing that you'll notice in the first time that I used this, I noticed it, and then the operator I gave it to noticed it as well. It's got a half press and then a full press, like a camera shutter, or most camera shutters. So the half press, this is super cool actually that they included this. The half press allows you to focus while doing gimbally things without actually recording. So you can half press, focus on a subject, refocus to make sure that they're focused, and then you hit record. So back button focus basically, which is awesome to have in a gimbal. Really unique feature. The other thing which I actually haven't used is this is hot swappable to be a vertical gimbal as well. So basically you take the base plate, not even the base plate, it's like this whole mechanism here. I don't want to mess it up because it's unbalanced, but you could very quickly hot swap your camera to go into vertical mode using this gimbal, which is awesome for people that are shooting vertical content. I don't totally know how to do it, so I'm not gonna act like I do because I haven't used it yet. But with my old gimbal, I went and bought a specific cage for my camera so I could shoot some vertical content for clients, because some people need it. It's not something that I do very often, nor that I want to do very often. But for personal vertical things, or maybe you work at a company and you're trying to, in-house do vertical content, there's a lot of different applications to that, so I think it's awesome. So the one thing that I noticed that I didn't like out of the box with this gimbal is that the panning in the camera, the pan feature when you kind of crank it each way, it felt a little weird, it was choppy, I couldn't get really a smooth image. So after playing with the settings, and you can go into the settings, there's a lot of different settings that you can change within the gimbal without having to open an app, which is awesome. Some gimbals, like my old one, you have to open an app, silly. Basically, change your deadband and change I think it's the smoothness or the speed, I forget what one, and then I was able to adjust it to something that I like a little bit more when panning that gimbal. Anyways, do I recommend this gimbal? Yeah, 100%. It's awesome for the price. I think it punches way above its price range, and it's built really well. It's awesome. I just told you all the things I like about it. There's really nothing that I dislike about it. I would be very honest about that. The biggest thing was the panning, but I was able to fix that after a little tinkering in the software. So yeah, if you're looking for a gimbal around that price range, it's awesome. I don't know what the weight capacity is on it, but it holds my A7S III fine. Probably wouldn't fly the FX6 on it, but who knows? I bet you it'd hold it if I really pushed it to its limits. And yeah, if you have any questions about this gimbal, leave them down below, and we'll see you around. Peace.